Let's turn back the clock a little bit, because I think that this play, which was very important at the time, has only become more important as time has gone on. So first we have to set the stage in what's happening. This is the divisional round, Jacksonville against Kansas City, and Jacksonville is down with 5.5 minutes left. They're trailing by 10 points, but hey, you're right outside the end zone right here. It's a first down and goal, and you're at the 9-yard line, so getting a touchdown would put you down just 3, whereas, kicking a field goal still gives you a 1-score game, and with plenty of time left. And of course, Mahomes is not 100% as well. So while typically you expect Mahomes to be able to run out the clock, in this scenario, maybe not. As you see what would happen on this play, Lawrence would take the snap, flip it to Jamal Agnew, who just lost the football. He tried to put it in one hand. Weirdly, this happened a lot this postseason run. It was kind of odd where you saw he did it, and then Mahomes did it in the conference championship game, and then obviously Hurts did it in the Super Bowl. It's kind of weird how that happened, but okay, they had a chance to win and it didn't work out. But knowing what we know now, that the Chiefs would go on to win the Super Bowl, it does kind of make you think, man, what if that play didn't happen? Not to put an asterisk or anything on it. I mean, that's, holding on to the football is part of the game, but it's still an interesting dynamic. You look at the play itself, that play, the points added on it were 4.7 points. That's what the EPA was. So that's a big swing in a game. And the win percentage, the Chiefs went from having a 90% chance to win before that play to a 97% chance to win after that play. So it went from looking good to basically a lock. But again, we don't have to just look at win percentage. We can also look at what ended up happening. This is the drive-by-drive chart after that situation, as the Jaguars fumbled the ball with, like I said, 5.5 minutes left, and then you would see the Chiefs would end up having a 3-and-out. They punted, and then the Jaguars threw an interception, kind of felt like a desperation interception by Lawrence in that spot. The Chiefs actually, they got one first down, but then punted again when they're trying to run out the clock. The Jaguars were able to get into field goal range, but weren't quite able to do much else. They could not get the onside kick. The Chiefs were able to win the game at that point forward. It does kind of make you think, though. I mean, if the Jaguars were able to get the ball into the end zone instead of fumbling the ball there, which they very well might have, while it's true to say that you change one thing, everything else changes, I think it's also reasonable to say, why wouldn't they have gotten a stop there? I mean, the Chiefs were just trying to run out the clock anyway. Why would they have changed anything if being up 1 score or 2? Maybe they would have been a bit more aggressive. Maybe they would have thrown more if they were only up 1 score. I could see that. So who knows what happens? It's fair to say. But the reality is, I think they would have had more than just a 10% chance if that fumble didn't happen, and certainly more than a 10% chance if they were able to get the ball into the end zone. But you know what? It's an interesting what if. What ifs don't matter. But again, if the Jaguars do pull off this upset, like, do they beat Cincinnati, next week? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Cincinnati goes to back-to-back Super Bowls, and maybe they win one. Or maybe the Eagles win a Super Bowl, or maybe the Jaguars win a Super Bowl. It's very fascinating to think what happens if this fumble did not happen, but alas, it did happen, so it is what it is. But just an interesting thing to point out, as oftentimes in football, you go back and say, man, that one break or that one play ended up having a much bigger impact than we realized at the time, and I think that's what happened here. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.